Friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Odontology, the study of teeth. So today in today's video we are going to see, I'm going to explain about the histology of enamel. Okay, various structures that are viewed on the surface of the enamel of the tooth when you see under the light microscope. Before going to the actual theory, okay, we will see how this one is prepared. See, there's something called as ground section. Okay, ground section. Nothing but, see, this is a natural tooth. Assume this is one natural tooth. Okay, it's like give a brief description about what is ground section, how the procedure goes. Okay, first you longitudinally you have to section this. Okay, equal here also, and you will get the middle piece out. Okay, from that, for example, like this, you will get the structure. Okay, so after grinding using the pumice and the Arkansas stone, you are making too much thin that should be covered on the glass slide with mounted on cover slip. And when you, this is the section that we are going to see under the light microscope. When you see the tooth or the enamel portion of the tooth in light microscope, you will see on the enamel surface various structures. That is the study of histology of enamel. Okay, so first we'll start with enamel rods. The main composition of enamel is enamel rods. They are nothing but composed of hydroxyapatite crystals. Okay, there is a chemical, when you study the physical and chemical properties of this one, they will tell is inorganic constituent of enamel, that is hydroxyapatite crystal, that is a majority. So this is the enamel. When you view the tooth into the microscope, you will see a brownish structure. Okay, that is why I am indicated in brown color. Okay, make it light, slightly lighter. Okay, so this is your enamel portion, and below that your the dentine. Okay, this is your dentine. When you see the dentine under the microscope, it shows numerous tubules. These are called as dentinal tubules. Okay, and the enamel, there are so many rods are evident, so that is called as enamel rods. Okay, the junction between the enamel and the dentine is the scalloped structure. This is a scalloped structure or the border. Okay, that is called as DEJ, also called as dentino-enamel junction. The first slide we are going to see is, these are all been shown as a exam. During exam they may ask you in spotters, okay, or the various structures that are seen in the enamel. Each slide will be focused and you will ask to identify and write the relevant identification points. Okay, the first structure is enamel rods. Okay, similarly all the diagrams will carry the structure of the enamel with the labeling and the dentinal DEJ. Okay, so all those things we are going to see then in the continuous video. Okay, so next we'll see about the gnarled enamel. Okay, gnarled enamel is nothing but when you, nothing but the orientation of the enamel rod, specifically at the cusp tip or the incisal edge. Okay, you can see some twisted like structures like this. Okay, twisted like structures. These are called as gnarled enamel. Okay, these are called as gnarled enamel. It's nothing but the, when you cut the section over the incisal edge and the cuspal area, you can see some wavy like orientations. Those are called as enamel. Nothing in direction of the enamel rods that exhibit a wavy like structure. These are called as enamel, gnarled enamel. Okay, move on to the enamel lamellae and enamel tuft. Okay, enamel is nothing but a leaf like structure of the band that is arises from the outer surface towards the dentino-enamel junction or the DEJ. This structure is called as enamel lamellae. And next one is enamel tuft. Enamel tuft is nothing but based on the orientation and the change in the direction of the enamel rods. Here near the DEJ you can see a tuft like or grass like structures. Those are called as enamel tuft. That is why the name enamel tuft has been given. Okay, we move on to the next structure, that is enamel spindle and incremental lines of retzius. Okay, so when it's nothing but when you see what is enamel spindle in the ask means, you write it, it's nothing but it's an extension of odontoblast Okay, these are dentinal tubules that consist of odontoblast cells that produce dentin. Okay, so it's nothing but the extension of these dentinal tubules with the odontoblast into the enamel surface, because during the formation of the during the amelogenesis and dendrogenesis process, the first layer of dentin has to form before the enamel formation takes place. So this tubules get entrapped within the newly formed enamel, so that extension is called as enamel spindle. And when you see the enamel structure, you can see so many lines are the incremental lines. Okay, these are called as incremental lines of retzius. They are nothing but annular rings that resemble to a bark of a tree. Okay, when you see the tree, this is a trunk, means if you cut and see, means you can see small rings like appearance like this. Okay, annular rings similar to that only, they are given as incremental lines of retzius. They are rhythmic deposition of enamel structure. Okay, that indicates the rhythmic deposition of the enamel structure. This extension of incremental lines of retzius on the tooth surface. Okay, on the tooth surface, when you see under the magnification glass, when you see the enamel crown portion of the teeth, when you see under the magnification glass, you can see small lines are like this. These are called as perichimetal lines. These are called as perichimetal lines. They are nothing but extension of the incremental lines of retzius onto the surface of the crown. Okay, these are called as perichimetal lines. Okay, we move on to the next structure, that is Hunter-Schreger bands. This is an optical phenomenon. Actually, it's not present in the enamel structure. It is an optical phenomenon. When you keep it under oblique reflected light, seen under oblique, that is more important term. Okay, oblique reflected light. Okay, you can see alternative bands of light and dark band. So this is your dark band and this is your light area. Okay, this alternative dark and light bands is called as Hunter-Schreger bands. This is nothing but they is based on the orientation of the enamel rods and the functional adaptation of the enamel rods during the formation. So these are called Hunter-Schreger bands. We on to the last section, that is neonatal line. Neonatal is nothing but when you see the incremental lines of retzius, one small area it shows more darker deposition. Okay, that differentiate the amount of enamel formed during the deciduous dentition and the enamels formed during the permanent dentition. That is pre-birth and post-birth. Okay, that differentiate the enamel is how much enamel is formed during pre-birth, prenatal and postnatal. Okay, that is why it is called as neonatal line. Okay, it's a dark line indicating the enamel that is present before the after the birth. Okay, that is called as incremental lines. So first what we see is the histology of enamel we discussed today. So with that I started with enamel rods. Next we move on to the anal enamel, then enamel lamellae and tufts. Then we move on to the enamel spindles and incremental lines of retzius. Then we move on to the Hunter-Schreger bands and neonatal line. So this is very important. Essay theory also they may ask, and as well as in practical exam also it is a must portion to be addressed. Okay, with this I conclude this video. If you like this video, press the like button and subscribe to my channel Odontology. Thank you.